Well, a very good afternoon to all of you joining us on British Eurosport for these Drammen sprints. The women's quarterfinals are already done and dusted, and a major Norwegian presence and a real fight to the line here between Erik Bransdal, lying third in the World Cup rankings, with Petter Northug, with Nikita Krukov in third place. Just waiting for the outcome. Krukov on the far side. Bransdal, who had to come from a long way back to secure second place. That was Hakala early on, losing a pole and collecting a pole. And Petter Northug leading up the final drive here, but Erik Bransdal, knowing that he has to qualify for the semi-finals if he has any chance of winning the Crystal Globe. But the man who's really missed out here is Pellegrino of Italy. He's down in fifth place, more than 2 seconds off the lead, and his challenge for the season, Crystal Globe, has evaporated in terms of certainly the victory and the globe itself. So Bransdal wins it in 2:37.55. And just to compare that, the fastest women's heat was 3:00.33, I think, or 0.40. The second quarterfinal, the fastest of the men, Ola Vigen Hadderstad, tall figure. He wears bib number 1. Hadderstad, Olympic champion, of course, in Sochi, but in freestyle, not in today's classic discipline. But the bronze medalist from Falun nonetheless. The younger Colonia. And just to mention that Alex Harvey and Thomas Northug and Theodor Pedersen, 3 athletes who didn't qualify today. An outsider through there, that's Fredrik Riseth of Norway. So under starters' orders. Full start. Fredrik Riseth, interesting, the junior world champion of the season. Riseth wears bib number 24. He won that title in Almaty this year. So Hadderstad, the Olympic champion, junior world champion of 2015, closest to you. Well, Riseth got a pretty good start there. Gianluca wearing 11 in the all-black race suit for Switzerland, and you can see Riseth on the near side, not wearing national costume here, hasn't got an elite team place yet, but out there about to prove that as the junior champion of the world, that he's got plenty to offer. Only 19 years of age, and taking on seasoned campaigners like Hadderstad, Timo Andre Bakken, and also Panjinski as well. Panjinski of Russia, who wears 16. And interesting to see what Panjinski can do about this. Now 25 years of age, the 2010 silver medalist in Whistler. But at the moment, this young man has really got them spread out, hasn't he? Timo Bakken in second place for Norway. And then you've got Hadderstad, so 1, 2, 3 for Norway. And everybody else struggling at the moment, but can he keep this going? Really enjoying himself out there, but remember, he's 45 kilometers from Hadderstad. Big speed. Really good technique there over that little roll, and you saw that he double poled immediately to take that speed and acceleration on the downslope. Round the corner, beginning to close up a little bit here. The man struggling at the back there, that is Pajinski, and he's not got into this race at all. So it's three Norwegians. Hattestad on the near side, the Olympic champion. Now the youngster who is leading for so long, and that's Riseth, has been pushed back into third place as Bakken goes ahead, and it's the two more experienced Norwegians wearing national costume, and Riseth really trying to hold on, maybe to get a lucky loser spot. Just lost his stride there as well, but it's Ola Viggen Hattestad comes up to the line here in Drammen, and he's going to take this, and 2:36. That is a quicker quarter-final ahead of Bakken, and Riseth, well done to him, into third place and a chance of getting to the semis. So already he's produced a personal best, the youngster. But Hattestad will be well pleased with that performance. Hattestad, who hasn't had a big impact on the World Cup this season, starting, as you can see, with bib number 1 and actually down in 12th place in the World Cup rankings, and only once has he been on the podium, and that was in race number 6 of the season at Otterpa in the classic sprint there. But certainly making a bold bid and winning the quarter-final gives him a better lane draw for the semis. Bakken second, and Riseth just on the lunge there, getting into third place ahead. So the next man, or the next quarter-final, brings together number 30 here. This is Andrei Parfenov. The Russians doubly represented here with Gaparov as well. But perhaps the most interesting is Finn Hågen Krogh, the sprint leader. Up against him here, Rastelli of Italy, Mikkonen of Finland, and Stransvald of Finland. Gaparov. There's Stransvald. He could be a challenger here for... And Finn Hågen Krogh, the sprinter who blotted his copybook actually last weekend in Lahti, was placed 30th as a result of causing an obstruction and a fall. And so really could have been in a much more comfortable position going into today's finale than he finds himself at the moment. Pellegrino, his challenge has faded, but Bransdal's is still very much alive. So Finn Hågen Krogh, he knows, wearing the bib there, second from the left, he knows that he's got to qualify, and ideally by right, not via the lucky loser pool.
Takes the lead with his number 2, excellent qualifier for Russia. Finn Hågen. Vi ser om han är lika pigg som var i förut. Han blir världsmästare i teamsprint tillsammans med Petter Northug.
Had 9 sprint races in the season prior to today, and Norway have this very impressive record. They won 6. Bransdal and Krogh have won 2 apiece. Thomas Northug and Paul Goldberg also has won 1. Pellegrino 3 victories, and of course Petter Northug won the World Championships in Falun. So settling down, sorting themselves out now, and it is up front there, number 2, and that is Gaparov for Russia, leading the way. Rastelli on the left of your picture in the red for Italy. So Russians looking much more involved here now. And Finn Hågenkrog, well, he's back in, I think, what, 4th, 5th place at the moment. And now Parfenov getting involved as well. So Parfenov and Gafarov leading down here, and Finn Hågenkrog not running as well as they might do, and he's struggling at the back there at the moment. So this is going to be a late charge, if anything, from Finn. Cornering on the outside. Well, has he conserved the energy that he needs to make sure? Now, if he doesn't qualify, he really opens the door for Erik Bransdal, because Erik Bransdal's already in the semi-finals, and Finn Hågenkrog has moved over on the right-hand side and is tracking now, but he's not in the first 3. And if he's not in the first 3, he's in the first 4, but that only means lucky loser. He needs to be in the first 2 by right. Really double-polling now, putting all his major effort in. On the extreme right of your picture is the sprint leader. And Gafarov coming up, second from the right there, and challenging, and ooh, Finn Hågenkrog. Well, he timed it to perfection. But the heart was racing, I can tell you that. The heart was really racing. Gafarov in second place by right, and 2:38.28. That is actually the slowest of the 3 quarterfinals so far for the men. So heart palpitations, and Parfenov and Mikkonen in a photo for 3rd and 4th place. But there you can see, going up past the church, Sprint World Cup leader dropping back towards the end of the field and having to use a lot of energy to come up on the far side there to take the victory. Does so comfortably, perhaps a little cheekily from Gafarov, but there is the confirmation. So still looking at the second quarter final, which was 2:36. That gives a chance at the moment to the likes of 2:35.91, maybe Colonia getting into that. But we move on. 14 in picture here. This is Sergei Ustugov, this improving Russian all-rounder. 13, Uli Schneider for Switzerland. To be taken under advisement, he's no back number. 8, Johan Eden often produces good work in the early phases, quite fast, but doesn't last the distances. Fosley, the fastest of all these 6 in this particular quarterfinal. And 25, Toni Ketelai for Finland, who is tactically a very astute sprinter. Very good corner man, by which I mean he really takes his chances, and I could see him coming up on the inside at a crucial point. So Fosley would be one of the favourites, wearing 3 there from Hoxton, this 21-year-old. The under-23 world champion. Remember Riseth earlier in the quarterfinals? He was the junior world champion out in Almaty this year. And the Norwegian in the red, he is the under-23 world champion for 2015. 14 leading the way. This is Ustugov. An exciting racer, Ustugov. Not the quickest of quarterfinals at this stage, and Ustugov in the lead. Well, in fact, now 14 in the lead. That's Ustugov going through. Runner-up this season in Rybinsk in a freestyle sprint there. And he's been a sprint winner, again freestyle in Novo Mesto, and he's getting away and really moving away. only 16th in the World Championship sprint final, behind, of course, the final winner, the ultimate winner, Petter Northug. But a decisive move. Johan Eden in second place there. Fosley is third for Norway. Just a careful eye on how he's running, and good work there again by Ustigov. Good anticipation, really good. Oh, and Eden's down. Couldn't see the reason why, but he's out of it, the big Swede. Well, nothing he can do. They're now going for home on the other side. And still Ustigov, Fosley on the right-hand side, beginning to move up. I wonder whether Finn Krogh found that was a faster train there, lane there. Those trucks cut there will now get an idea. Fosley double poling, higher tempo than Ustigov, who's done so much of the donkey work. So Ustigov still holding off. 25 right behind him there. That is Ketelai of Finland. But Fosley and Ustigov, they are the 1-2. They go through by right in 2:38.2. So still Hudderstad and Bakken's time in the second quarter-final, the fastest of the 4 quarter-finals so far. Well, there's Johan Eden, characteristically early up in the lead, but it was Sergei Ustigov at the back of the church around that S chicane who really dominated him, the race there. But Eden down the back straight, falling, and again really difficult from that distant angle to see the cause. But Ustigov getting the victory just ahead of Fosley. And Schneider of Switzerland in third place. Uli Schneider, good 8th in the final sprint in Falun. Should have mentioned that a little bit earlier, but has an outside chance of a lucky loser place, as we see Andrew Newell from Vermont representing the United States, 20 in black and yellow. This is Baptiste Gros. And remember, 3 Frenchmen versus 3 Norwegians in the Lahti final last weekend. Vokuev, who's very much an outsider here for Russia. 9, this is Paul Goldberg. Paul Goldberg, a former winner here. Well, I should say a former winner this season. Hediger of Switzerland and Len Valias of Canada, extreme left of picture. So Canada, the United States, Switzerland, Russia and France all involved here. Well, I'm very interested to see how the Frenchman Baptiste Gros goes here. He was one of the threesome that took on the Norwegians in Lahti, finished 5th in the end. But early pace put in here by Emil Vokiliev, I should say, I beg his pardon. And also coming up here, Len Valias on the near side. And between the two, Jovian Hediger of Switzerland. But now it's just changed again because Vokuev in the middle as Andrew Newell comes up on the inside. So America and Canada, Canada and America, in fact, at this moment. And the Russian, who was up there early doors, who was the bronze medalist in the under-23 World Championships this season, just now being found out for pace and strength there, and moving into second place, Paul Goldberg for Norway. But it's Len Valias who is tucked down and takes the lead here. This 26-year-old from Toronto in Ontario leads as they drop down. Went to Falun in the World Championships, 14th place his ranking. Has one second place finish in World Cup, and they are very, very close, and the glide of Paul Goldberg's skis just eases him into the front. Paul Goldberg, Norway's man from Goal, mid-20s, a winner of the freestyle sprint early in the season at Lillehammer. Also a winner of a classic race last season, over 15 kilometers in class in Lillehammer. Leads the way, being pursued there by Andrew Newell. It would be really good to see the American getting into the semi-final, and Andrew Newell, a little ungainly, but he's pulled out to have a crack, and these two have really moved away from the rest of the field. Andrew Newell just can't get a Paul Goldberg at the moment. Len Valias trying to renew his charge to take third place here as they come up 36, 37. It's not that quick, and Andrew Newell just gets there in second place, and Len Valias in third. 2:39, the winning time there, and that is the slowest of all the quarterfinals. So I'm having a look at the 2:36. So by my reckoning, in quarterfinal number 2, well, it's a little too close to call. Well, welcome back to Drammen for the first of the two women's semi-finals. Astrid Jakobsen, winner of her quarterfinal, ahead of Maika Kaspersen-Faller, but in here against Marit Bjørgen. So Bjørgen, and completing the lineup here, this is Katja Wisner. This is a very, very hot semi-final. So Marit Bjørgen wearing the yellow bib as the overall leader of the World Cup. Wisner in yellow, closest to you. Then also in there, Jakobsen wearing 5, arguably the tallest of the 6 in this semi-final. Faller, the Olympic champion. Aina Kaiser Saarinen in there as well, and Stina Nielsen, the leader of the under-23 World Cup rankings and the silver medalist behind Marit Bjørgen at the World Championships. So a truly high-class field through the first 500. Up they go, punching away, the Olympic champion Maika Kaspersen-Faller. Only ever won one classic sprint. It was right here. It was last year. And alongside her, Jakobsen. And Marit Bjørgen hunting likewise with Stina Nielsen as they come up this remodeled section of the track there. 7, and Faller, the Olympic champion, goes ahead. Olympic champion in freestyle, and Marit Bjørgen following her. 3 Norwegians up front there. Stina Nielsen, Wisner, and struggling Aino Kaiser Saarinen at the back in blue for Finland. Now they come to this almost like a 90-degree turn. It was put in to eliminate the possibilities for skating, and still up front there, Maika Kaspersen-Faller. Bjørgen is second, Jakobsen is third. They go through the little S, they pick up the speed here. We should get a guide. It should be close to 40 kilometers as they exit this. Swing right-handed round here. Just a couple of steps. Whose skis are working? Bjørgen's are working well. Astrid Jakobsen, Stina Nielsen biding her time in 4th place. She was sick, couldn't compete in Lahti last weekend. Wisner's being run off her speed, and there's Bjørgen's skis again, the serviceman. have done their work there in these not easy conditions with this warm, soft snow, even though it's been salted. Bjørgen and Stina Nielsen trying to come round the outside to begin her challenge. Visnar has now demoted behind her Astrid Jakobsen, who might not be completely out of this as they come to the 500. And it's Bjørgen who moves up there, being pursued by Faller, being pursued by Stina Nielsen. She's in white, and Visnar in yellow. And now Saarinen well out of this, and Marit Bjørgen being challenged by the woman that took silver behind her. And on the other side, Maika Kaspersen Faller. Remember, Østberg is through. She's her big rival, and Bjørgen is fighting. And it's Sweden versus Norway. Sweden on the left, Norway in the centre there. Bjørgen, the champion, fighting Stina Nielsen, the rising star. They come to the lip. You need to be in the first two to get to the final. And Bjørgen's there, a whisker ahead of Nielsen by 200ths. And Faller in third place must wait and see. 2:59.17. That's faster than any of the quarterfinals. Nielsen in second place, and Kaspersen Faller 1.14 off the lead. And then a photograph to Visnar and Jakobsen. And that is the fastest sprint by the women today. The time trial qualification, Østberg won that in 3:01.25. And this, a terrific question asked by Stina Nielsen. But at the end of this particular race, Bjørgen had just that little bit extra to punch past her rival. But it's only 200ths as they come up to the finish there. The camera makes it look as if Nielsen on the near side, but it's the boot of Bjørgen actually that gets there ahead. So Bjørgen and Nielsen are through to the final. Who will join them? Well, the second semi-final here, and again, look at this, 4 Norwegians, 1 Swede and 1 Finn. Well, this is the woman of the moment. She knows she has to get through. Now, she did all the donkey work in the quarter-final and got found out by Faller and Bjørgen, and is only here courtesy of the lucky loser pool. Heidi Weng, multiple podiums in the World Cup this season. 6 Caithness. There's no team rules here. 23 Hanna Falk. No hat for Hassem. And 24 Anne Kilonen on the near side. She'll be closest to you as we get underway. So, big moment here for Østberg. False start there, and it looks as very much as if it was Hassem. Now, where's the card going to go to? As it is, just to add to the pressure. Second semi-final, final sprint of the season in Drammen. Could hear a pin drop apart from that clicking, ticking clock. Kelowna not as quick as she would have liked out of the starting gate. Hassem, second from the left there, good start by her. And there is a real possibility of Norwegian totality and domination as up into the lead now goes Østberg. Well, nothing is going to deter her. Østberg loves to be up front, but over and throughout the season she has been developing other tactics. And the important thing here is that once she makes a commitment like this, she really needs to see it all the way through. And Hannah Falk needing a new pole, just giving an indication that she's looking for a new pole, and it was the wrong side. It will be possible for her to pick up another pole on the left of your picture momentarily. There she goes, as Ersberg gets away now. Ersberg from Harsum. And then Heidi Weng, and well, that's a big setback there for Hannah Falk. Her cause is really lost as a result of that misfortune. So the Norwegians in Indian file. Heidi Weng and then Keitnes completing the quartet. Down around they come now. Ersberg has got to see off her three teammates, really. She needs to have a good lane draw for the start of the final. And at the moment, she's going well. Look at that, 5, 6, 7 meters. Harsum pushed back to third place there. But Ersberg is, at the moment, well clear. She comes to the top of the course. Heidi Weng just about in second place as they take the turn. Then Keitnes and Harsum together. Then Kilonen, and finally it's Hannah Falk in white for Sweden. But Ersberg now going over, and there's a very definite bias to that far side. And clearly the racers are thinking that that particular track is the fastest one. And you can see all the time there Ersberg making for that track, and the other women following her as well. So they must have really sussed that out in the earlier rounds, certainly in the quarterfinals. And Ersberg a clean pair of heels, the second best sprinter of the season, 40 points behind Marit Bjørgen, and she needs to win the race and hope that Marit Bjørgen is fourth, really. If that were to happen, then Ersberg could win the title, but no worries, she comes up here and she takes it from Harsum, and actually Ersberg takes it from Weng, then Keitnes, then Harsum in a photo. So we definitely have 2:59.74. It was slightly slower, but we need to see the times of Keitnes and Harsum to see whether they could get in as lucky losers. At the moment, we know that we have Bjørgen and Nielsen and Ersberg and Weng. So there's definitely 3 Norwegians in the final. Lucky losers to come. Well, back live, and I can tell you that Micah Kaspersen Faller and Katja Wisner were lucky losers, and they've gone through to the women's final. As we see the lineup for the first of the men's semi-finals here. And Harestad, the Olympic champion, Finn Hågen Krogh, the Sprint World Cup leader for Norway. Bakken behind Harestad in his quarter-final. He makes a place as well, so this is full of Norwegian talent. Well, you'd be forgiven to think that this wasn't a Norwegian national race here, but just have a look at this. Right on the far side, you got the junior world champion of the season, and that's Fred Riseth in the blue suit, and everybody else is in an elite Norwegian suit. So 6 Norwegians vying for 2 places by right, and then who knows. And there's 2 more Norwegians in the second semi-final, so this could be national domination day. Right at the back there, as he was in his quarter-final, is the World Cup sprint leader, Finn Hågen Krogh, waiting, biding his time, and obviously looking for that late charge. Conversely, Fredrik Riseth, this new talented find for the Norwegians, leading, doing a lot of the donkey work as he did, but already in this semi-final, now finding that he can't live with the likes of Timo Andre Bakken, who's gone out quickly. Fourth there, that's Bransdal. Bransdal, of course, this is absolutely crucial. He has to be in the final if he's to have a chance of overtaking Krogh. Starts this semi-final as he started the day, 57 points behind. So Bransdal, he has to get into the final. He has to hope that Finn Krogh will miss out. And if he does miss out, then Bransdal, if he were to win the final, has a real chance of stealing the World Cup title. So this is absolutely crucial. The red bib moving up a little bit. The man at the back there, that's Peter Northug, the world champion. And you can't rule him out. He's just skipped round the inside. The youngster has been pushed back to last place. Hadderstad, the Olympic champion, on the left of your picture. And then you've got 7, Bransdal on the far side wearing 4. Peter Northug, Finn Hågen Krogh coming now. And Bransdal skips behind there, but it's Hadderstad at the moment. Bransdal knows he has to get into the final. And Finn Hågen Krogh at the moment is going to have to hope for a lucky loser place here. And this is going to be vital in terms of the clock here. Hadderstad surviving the Olympic champion. Bransdal coming at him at the last moment here. Bransdal finishing the stronger, wins it impressively ahead of Hadderstad. And Finn Krogh in a photo with Hadderstad for second and third places. Vital. 2:36.37. That's the pace of this semi-final. Not quite the fastest race we've seen from the men's division, but pretty good. Bransdal really impressive. And just waiting for the photo to come through. Hadderstad or Krogh. If it's Hadderstad, it's potentially bad news for Krogh. Peter Northug, the world champion, couldn't find the pace necessary here in Drammen. Round the bottom turn, and now double poling up the final 500, and Bransdal skips over. That is so close. Krogh is third and has to rely on a lucky loser spot. Real tension. There it is, Krogh and Northug highlighted. So to the second semi-final. Now, I think there's a very good chance that that first semi-final may be quicker. It really depends on whether the likes of Ustugov is really going to go out fast here. Nikita Krukov for Russia, and Gafarov also in this lineup. Fosley getting a really big cheer. Sixth best sprinter of the season so far. Only once on the podium, by the way, Fosley, and that was in the very first sprint of the season, the classic sprint in Ruka. Goldberg, his tactic is generally to save his power and come late. 14, Ustugov, he should be prepared to go out in front. That's his style of racing. And Andrew Newell, well, in qualifying, he didn't have much left in the tank. I wonder how he's going to fare here. I think it's odds against him getting into the final, but I would be delighted if he proved me wrong. So Newell on the near side, left of your picture now, goes away, and already up front there, that is Fosley in the red suit, but being flanked on either side by Russian power. Fosley gives way, and Gafarov it is, who is up there. Krukov, Gafarov, Ustugov, the three Russians involved in this final, and 22, that is Nikita Krukov, who is the man who is now beginning to make his move. So Krukov still with the edge there, but coming round the outside. That's Gafarov. And all of a sudden, 14 now, forcing his way through Ustugov into the lead. So Krukov, the Olympic Classic champion of 2010 and the world champion in Classic of 2013, finds himself demoted. Ustugov taking up the lead a little later than he did in the quarter-final. Russia 1, Russia 2. About 3 to 4 kilometers faster than the likes of Marit Bjørgen. There is so much that the city of Drammen put into the sprint. So Ustugov it is who leads off the turn here now. Ustugov on the left of your picture, and 3 challenging him on the far side. That's Fosley. Fosley going for that fast track. Clearly the tracks on the far side are quicker. And remember, the time of the first quarter-final or semi-final was 2:36.30 as they get halfway up here. Fosley being pursued by the Russians, and nobody else getting into this, not even Paul Goldberg. 2:32, 2:33, 2:34, 2:35. It's quicker. It's quicker. Ustugov by right in there for Russia. And so 4 Norwegians will be involved. Well, I'm just thinking about this. Will that be the case? Just hold my breath on that for a second. So we know that Bransdal and Haderstad are through, but it's just a question of the lucky loser times here. And those 3 Russians are very close up. Krukov in 3rd place. Just waiting for the result. This is a crucial result. We'll bring it to you when we come back. Well, welcome back to Drammen. I'm David Gullström, and if you're just joining us now, your timing couldn't be better, because we come to the finals of the men's and women's sprints here in Drammen. The final, the 10th classic and freestyle sprints of the season to be completed. It's classic here for the 11th time, and it'll be the women's final that goes first. And in the final, Marit Bjørgen and her closest pursuer, Ingvild Flugstad Østberg. Both of them gold medalists from the recent Nordic Ski World Championships in Falun. The situation is that Bjørgen leads Østberg by 40 points, and therefore it's Østberg who has to win this race and then hope that Marit Bjørgen runs into trouble. 40 points difference means finishing 4th. So actually, Østberg is hoping that Marit Bjørgen finishes 5th. If she does, then the world champion will lose out on the crystal globe. But it would be a brave man or woman to bet against Marit Bjørgen. The men's competition, the final will follow. I can tell you that Finn Hågen Krogh, the leader of the men's sprint rankings, he's qualified along with Nikita Krukov as a fastest loser, and so Erik Bransdal won't be too happy about that, but Erik Bransdal will be in the final, and the situation there is that Erik Bransdal is 57 points behind Finn Hågen Krogh, and so Krogh really, Bransdal would have to win and get 100 points, and if Bransdal was, if Finn Hågen Krogh was only 6th, then that would only be worth 40 points. but 40 points would be enough to see Finn Hågen Krogh take the title. So effectively, Finn Hågen Krogh, who was disqualified or placed 30th last weekend for obstruction and causing a fall, he is the man who is subject to confirmation, that is, the Sprint World Cup champion for Norway. But this is Norway dominating at Drammen. This is Norway dominating in the sprints. So the 11th classic sprint at Drammen. Marit Bjørgen, the winner of the World Championships in classic style. Marit Bjørgen and Justyna Kowalczyk, 8 and 7 wins respectively, have won 15 of the last 18 World Cup competitions in classic. But this is the lineup for the women's final. Marit Bjørgen today, if she were to win, it would be her 17th classic win in World Cup sprinting. If she wins it for the 5th time. You're looking at the Olympic champion, Maika Kaspersen-Faller. Her only classic success here last year in Drammen. You're looking at the under-23 World Cup leader, Stina Nilsson, the world silver medalist. The woman who got her first ever World Cup podium here in her first ever World Cup race. 3rd last year. Katja Visnar, a lucky loser, getting in for Slovenia into the women's final. And then Ingvild Flugstad Østberg, team gold medalist in the team sprint in Falun, and right next to her, shoulder to shoulder with Marit Bjørgen, the overall World Cup champion for 2015, the woman that leads the sprint rankings, leads the distance ranking, has won the Tour de Ski, and finally, last but not least, Heidi Weng for Norway, and it really is an incredibly strong field for the Norwegians. Stina Nilsson, she could be the woman to upset the Norwegian fans. So away they go. Bjørgen, yellow bib, and Flugstad Østberg getting the track ahead of Marit Bjørgen. Visnar prominent, so is Stina Nilsson. And on the near side, Heidi Weng trying to come through. And quite a scrap, actually, in the early stages as they come to complete the first 500 meters. Marit Bjørgen in trouble there, lost her rhythm, lost control. It was a bad start by Bjørgen, and she finds herself 6th of 6, just behind Stina Nilsson. So this is not where Bjørgen wants to be, and now you can see she's being forced to go the long way round as they go up this remodeled section of the course, up over the little roller there. The straight drive continues until they come to a virtual 90-degree turn, and this is them coming over that roller and pushing on, and Bjørgen using that power that we know she has on these uphill sections, being led by Østberg. Østberg now in trouble between the tracks. Marit Bjørgen going up on the outside there, and this is a rough race so far. 7 leading the way. That's the Olympic champion on the right of your picture. Bjørgen, the world champion, on the left of your picture. 29 following Heidi Weng's found her rhythm. It's taken her time for Norwegian. Stina Nilsson only 5th. Bjørgen leads through the S. Little bit out of control, taking the risks. It's been rough, it's been tough. And poor Norwegians, 1, 2, 3, 4. And out of this completely at the moment is Visnar, trying to latch on now, and it's Bjørgen leading them down. Østberg needs to get up there to vie for the advantage. Kaspersen-Faller, the world champion, the Olympic champion, to the fore. They've been in choosing their positions around this course now for 5-6 hours. Faller goes 2nd there. Heidi Weng is 3rd, and Østberg is only 4th. Østberg trying to prop it. Stina Nilsson, who's been waiting on the left-hand side of your picture, not necessarily the favourite track. It's the Olympic champion versus the world champion over the last little roller. Down they come. and still Heidi Weng ahead of Østberg, ahead of Nielsen, and Marit Bjørgen only ski tips ahead of Faller, and Faller's now got the better of Marit Bjørgen, and Faller double poling the Olympic champion to amazing effect and has just driven away from her rivals. And look at this, Kaspersen Faller coming up to make it 2 out of 2 and defend her Drummond title. Up the little lip she comes. She goes through in first place, second there to Heidi Weng. Bjørgen is only third, Østberg is fourth. But no matter, Bjørgen's won the title for the season, but Kaspersen Faller has won the day. And Heidi Weng a super second. It's a Norwegian 1, 2, 3, 4. Stina Nielsen, Katja Wisner could never really get into this. What a race. Well, Faller, Weng, Bjørgen on the podium. What a lap of honour this is going to be. Great sportsmanship. Well, Marit Bjørgen has won the Sprint World Cup for the 5th time, and that equals the legendary Bente Skari, who also won it on 5 occasions. It's been 9 years since she last won the Sprint World Cup in the 2006 season. Well, rejoicing all round because the Norwegians have taken the first 3 places in the overall Sprint World Cup rankings for the season. It was a rough race early on, even Marit Bjørgen getting herself into trouble. But it was Maika Kaspersen Faller who showed a mighty turn of foot to ultimately come through and make it 2 out of 2 in her Drummond record, 2014 and now 2015. In the right track, at the right time, with the extra gear to deny Heidi Weng and Marit Bjørgen, with Østberg only in 4th place. So Faller started the day in 3rd place, but she was 138 points behind the World Cup leader Marit Bjørgen, and only 100 available for today, and so consequently not able to close up and take the title. Well, that's one Norwegian success, and there could be even more. Hopefully we'll get, it'd be nice to get a chat with Faller, but also with Bjørgen. Well, in fact, it would be quite nice to get a word from all these fantastic Norwegian women athletes who are truly amongst the world elite. Remember, 11 gold medals at the World Championships in Falun, Norway. So Faller in the centre there, Heidi Weng on the left, and Marit Bjørgen on the right there. And we should get a word. Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. Maika on the right, Marit on the left.
You ready?
Hi there. I hope you won.
You won last year too, right? You won last year too. Yeah. All right, Maiken, maybe we say this is your favorite classic sprint course, maybe 2 years in a row now, you're the winner.
Yeah, I think this has to be my favorite course now. It's been a year since last time I had the World Cup victory, and it was just here for, one year ago. So I really enjoy it here in Drummond, and yeah, it's just amazing what they can do here.
Did you feel the crowd a little bit closer this year because everything, the course happened just in the middle? Could you feel it's a big crowd?
Yeah, it's a big crowd and it's a great atmosphere here. And I have good friends here, and my mother is cheering just down the last meters. So it's really fun to see here.
Well, congratulations on your victory today, and your third now officially in the sprint title for the year overall. So And beside you is the winner of the sprint overall. So you've taken the World Cup overall Crystal Globe, and now you have the sprint Crystal Globe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The girls were all gunning for you today. It was really tough coming up that home stretch, but you still stayed strong right to the end.
Yeah, it was very hard, and I knew that I had to try in climbing, and I was first in the top, but I knew that I will be fast behind me. And in the last 100 meters, I just saw Maiken in my left side, and Snows Norwegian in the right. I thought, is it Ingvild? Is it Ingvild? So I was Heidi, so I was third, and then I know, so I'm really happy with that.
Congratulations on 2 of the 3 globes, and 1 more to go maybe on Sunday.
Yeah, I hope so. So yeah, it has been an incredible season, and yeah, it's coming to the end now, and also it's good. It's been a long season and lots of races, so yeah, I'm looking forward to Holmenkollen 30K now.
Well, congrats on today, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're looking at really one of the world's great sportswomen. A final tribute to her a little later, but we have to focus on the men's final. Well, the men's lineup, and Krukov through as a lucky loser, but it gives Russia representation. Here's Finn Hågen Krogh, the other lucky loser, through the red bib holder, and the winner pretty well now ahead of Bransdal. Ola Vegan Hadestad, the Olympic champion in this, and wearing for Eric Bransdal, 57 points behind, but that is going to be too tall an order for him to close. 3 here. Fosli looked very effective in the semi-finals, and again so many Norwegians through, and Russia with their second man Sergei Ustugov. Much more tactical race from him in the semis. So 4 Norwegians, 2 Russians. What a lineup. The men's final in classic style, stride and glide here in Drummond. Well, these Norwegians, I'm not going to say that they're going to have it all their way, but they have such a fantastic record here. They have won 9 of the previous 10 editions before today. They've occupied 19 of 30 podium positions before this race begun. And 9 race winners, 9 races here being won by 7 different winners, like Jens Arne Svardal, Hadestad. They've won a couple of times. As they settle down now, and Krukov it is for Russia, who sets the lead. Hadestad in second place, wearing 1 extreme right red bib of Finn Hågen Krogh. 14 in the blue there of Russia. That's Ustugov. Bransdal just surpassing him. Better line there, and both Russians making mistakes. Fosli right at the back there. Oh, terrible mistake by Ustugov off the track. And surely whatever chance he's gone, he was just, I don't know what sort of line he thought he was going to take. He was going to run into Krukov's skis, but it was a big mistake by him, and as a result of that, they really are Indian file now. Norway 1, 2, 3, 4, Russia 5, Russia 6, trying to repair the damage now. Krukov and Ustugov with work to do down the back straight. Skis pretty well of all 6 running well, so servicemen have done their work. Round the turn, easy when it's Indian file, plenty of gaps there. Finn Krogh hunting in 3rd place, would love to win this to round off and take the title in style. Finn Krogh. Only won 2 races this season, but it's Bransdal who's his greatest danger, who's up there, but Finn Krogh in 2nd place now. Hudderstad actually in second and Finn Krogh in third, but it's Bransdal. If he can't win the title, he wants to win the race, and Bransdal setting sail from home and now goes into the double poling march there. Finn Krogh coming on the right there, but Bransdal's got first run. Up the little lip they go. Bransdal coming to the line, he takes it ahead of Finn Krogh. 100 points to Bransdal, 80 to Finn Krogh. Bransdal wins the day. Finn Krogh wins the championship for Norway. Remarkable scenes here, particularly if you're a Norwegian. And Bransdal, winner in Lahti, when Finn Krogh was disqualified and placed 30th. But he built up enough points advantage to survive that punishment, and 22. Congratulations all round there from Krukov. So Finn Krogh getting the congratulations as the winner of the Sprint Championship. Bransdal on his way for his little lap of honour. Bransdal moving up into second place overall in the Sprint Championship. He wears 4. 1 is Hudderstad, by the way. Third in the World Championships behind Peder Northug, who didn't manage to get into the final on this particular occasion. And look at this. These Norwegians on top of the roller, just as the women did moments ago, to take the applause of their fans. And as you see these men take the appreciation of the audience here, just to reflect on Marit Bjørgen, if anybody's considering World Sportswoman of the Year, like the Laureus Awards, well, I hope they've taken note of this, because Marit Bjørgen at the age of 34 has taken all the big titles this season. Here we can see the Russians getting into real trouble, particularly Ustugov, also Krukov, and this really let the Norwegians get away. Bransdal couldn't do any more than he did. Stay up front, stay out of trouble. Harassed by Hudderstad, chased by Finn Krogh. These 3 Norwegians coming up here to make it a 1, 2, 3. Well, all podium places finished with Norwegians occupying them today. I just want to reiterate, Sportswoman of the World this year, Marit Bjørgen at the age of 34. She has won the season-long World Cup. She has won the Tour de Ski. She has won the Sprint World Cup. She's won the Distance World Cup. She can't be caught on that. She goes in her final race over the weekend at Holmenkollen, and also she has taken the gold medal in the World Championships in the sprint. What more do you have to do in this, arguably one of the toughest sports in the world? And I hope when it comes round to voting for the Sportswoman of the World for 2015, she is very prominent. Well, inevitably, the men coming second are overshadowing. They've got the podium and the prizes to give out. But we're going to take our leave. I hope you've enjoyed these classic races in Drammen. Before we go, just a reminder of things to come. And things to come are in Trondheim. It's ski jumping and Nordic combined in action tomorrow in Trondheim. An early start for the qualifying, 10:45 Central European time for the top ski jumpers in the world, and Severin Freund on a day when he'll be challenging Stefan Kraft for the lead that Stefan took in the overall World Cup rankings. Micah Kaspersen Fallow winning the day, Bjørgen winning the championship, Bransdal winning the day, Finn Hågen Krogh winning the championship. All Norwegians, all podium places today occupied by the finest of Norwegian athletes in the sport of cross-country skiing. I hope you've enjoyed it. From myself, David Goldstrom, and Eurosport's Nordic team, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And plenty to come as we work our way towards the end of this Nordic season.